I haven't done my signature brow look in a very long time, so I wanted to do an updated video on this so you guys can refer back to it the next time you want to do blonde brows. So to start off, I want to get a concealer of choice. I've learned through trial and error that the brighter the concealer, the better the brows will come out. Usually I use Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Cookie, a spoolie, and I take the wand part of the concealer and I apply that directly to the spoolie. Please do not use the wand and apply it directly to your brows. I saw someone on my live say that that's what they do. If you do that, you're going to end up with chunky bits of concealer on your brows. You do not want that. Let it dry and then we'll go in with a second coat. And if you want the final result to look nice, I would advise you to apply your concealer in layers. This is my first layer and I usually only do about 2. Also, something to bear in mind, you want to start from the arch of your brow and work your way back, making sure to do the beginning of your brows last because you want it to be as sparse as possible. I always make sure that my cotton buds are a little bit damp just so that it's easier for me to wipe away the excess concealer and just carve around your brows. If you're not happy with how the front of your brows look, you can always go ahead with the tip of the spoolie and lightly stroke the beginning of your brows to kind of give it that gradient effect. Also, another really good tip is when you're wiping away the concealer, you want to make sure that you're twisting and dragging, always making sure that you're using the clean part of the cotton bud to take away the concealer because you don't want to drag out the concealer and then leave smudges. You want a sharp, defined line. And now your brow should look something like this before you put on your second layer. I forgot how nice I look with blonde brows. So after you've applied your second layer, you want to take a brightening powder of your choice. I personally use the Laura Mercier translucent powder just because it's so bright and it gives me that blonde look that I'm really looking for. So you can use a powder of your choice, but this is what I love. A few taps in the powder. Again, we're taking our time and applying the powder in layers. For this look, I did about 3, I think, but on a normal day, I usually do around 2. And when doing this, think light taps. You want to tap gently. You don't want to be heavy-handed with this. These eyebrows look freshly bleached, okay? You want to take your time when you're cleaning up your brows this time because the way you clean up your brows now will define how your brows look in the end. So you want to really take your time. And one thing that will help you a lot that I didn't do with this look was to make sure that the powder is evenly distributed on your brush. That is the difference between having a brow that looks more frosted than the other. I think my right brow looks more frosted than my left. And if that does happen, you can just apply some more translucent powder, but make sure that it's evenly distributed. And then when you're using your concealer to carve out your brows, you want to make sure that you're using a concealer that is similar to your skin complexion, or you could use your foundation. If you use something lighter, it will contrast with your brows and throw all the colors off. So you want to make sure that you're using a darker concealer to carve out your brows. I used my e.l.f. concealer, which I think was the perfect shade. It was close enough to my skin tone, but not too dark to where it matched my foundation. Also, when you finish your makeup and you've got towards the end where you need to do your setting spray, make sure that you cover your brows, okay? You do not want them melting off. And that's it, folks. This is what my brows look like. This is my go-to routine for my blonde brows. Let me know if you found this tutorial helpful.